Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. I'm coming around. Hi guys. Okay, today this video is about, of course I got my little bit of my notes. It's titled, I Believe in eBay Death Piles and Going Deep. Okay, and what I mean by both of those is this is the story. Sunday, I went to the Goodwill clearance outlet, okay, here in Las Vegas. Now, one of them has tons of clothes pretty much always. I've never been there and they haven't had tons of clothes. But I went to the other one because the other one that we have here in Las Vegas, I believe there's only two, doesn't have as much competition with other resellers. And I've gotten some good stuff there. Not as much as I get at the other place, but I thought it might make up for it because I don't have as much competition, as much reseller competition. I went there, you guys. They had one long bin. That was it. And in that one long bin, it was complete crap. I couldn't find one damn thing in there. No, I found one. And then I found a pair of pants over in the hard goods section, which are worth really good money. But anyway, I couldn't find jack crap. I will put her name below, because I cannot think of it right now, but I listened to a lady. I love her videos. And she started talking about bone china. And, am I saying it right? Bone china? Let me just make sure. Fine bone china. And glassware. And I've never wanted to sell either one. Well, this thing. I like to collect fine bone china and glassware. Let me show you my background. Let me step out of the way. See that all back there? That's all a lot of china and milk glass and vintage glassware. And I've always collected that kind of stuff because I just like collecting that. I like to collect it and put it in my living room. I collect that kind of stuff and put it in my craft room. I store cool little things in it like that in my craft room. Anyway, the point is I liked it for myself and I like collecting that stuff and I like shopping for that, but I thought it'd be too much of a hassle to mail it. Well, she gave me a big tip. She said, don't mail big stuff, you know, sell smalls, you know, things that are smaller, and it'll be easier to ship. Then I started watching some shipping videos. It's not that big a deal. It takes a little extra care and a little extra time, but it's not that big a deal that you can actually ship stuff. People do it all the time and it doesn't break. You just have to know how to do it correctly. So watch a few YouTube videos if this is something that you want to do. But anyway, the story was this, is that, For one, I didn't follow my advice, okay? I was getting low on my death piles. Like, I only had one more death pile, and after that, I would be done. I need to be 3 or 4 death piles away, okay? Because things can happen. What if your car breaks? What if you live in the part of the country where it snows, and you're snowed in for a week or two? It happens, you know? So then you can't even work on your business because you don't got any damn inventory. You know, anything can happen. So be 3 or 4 death piles behind. Don't be so eager to get all your death piles, because what happens if there's an emergency, or what happens if you go like I did to the Goodwill clearance and there isn't a damn thing there, okay? That sucks. Now you've got to go to your next place and your next place and your next place, okay? Another prime example, today I called my honey hole, my place that I love to go, that there's not any too many resellers, and usually they're 50% off, like every day, and I'm getting close to where, you know, my death piles are going down and I want to re-up. And I can go there and get jeans for like, usually $2.50, sometimes $1 a pair, and they're always the really good jeans that I buy there. And today I wanted to go, there wasn't 50% off. I should have went yesterday and the day before, 2 days in a row. Because they replenish those jeans. This is where they don't have a lot of other good stuff, but they always have a lot of good jeans. Just one second. Hey, I'm making a video. So, anyway, if I would have been down to nothing, I would have been screwed today. Because, I could have went to the bins. But, as far as, I could have went to the bins, which takes me 3 or 4 hours with all these other people. Or I could go to my honey hole where I can go there and buy 20, 30, 40 pair of jeans, and it takes me like an hour and I'm done. Maybe it takes me half an hour. It doesn't take me long at all. So anyway, that's what I mean by having some death piles around, okay? The other thing, going deep. Okay, what saved me the other day that I didn't have to run over to the Goodwill Clearance Center, which I didn't really have time to go spend 4 hours that day. I was with my husband. He was willing to drop me off and go do something for about an hour and a half or 2 hours. Well, I guess I was at the Goodwill Clearance Center, but I was only going to spend an hour and a half or 2 hours. I didn't have time then because that clearance center didn't have anything to run to another thrift store that day. Okay, but what happened, because I've decided to go deep. Now, when I say go deep, I don't mean go deep as far as you have to sell 3 or 4 different types of things. Like you have to sell dishware, you have to sell jeans, you have to sell clothes. I'm not saying you have to sell everything. But what you might want to do is go deep with your knowledge. So that if clothes today or jeans today or whatever the hell you're selling today no longer exist, or for that day you can't find that stuff, or your honey hole dries up, or your Goodwill bins. I heard a lady say that they weren't going to have clothes in her Goodwill bins for like 4 months. What? She had to hurry up and change gears. She was selling shoes and selling handbags and selling books because she couldn't get the clothes in volume that she was getting. So do you guys see what I'm saying? Even if you don't go deep with whatever you're selling, go deep with your knowledge. Always be learning about other things that you can sell. So I started listening to this lady about the fine bone china and the glassware. And what happened to me that day when I couldn't find anything at the Goodwill Clearance Center, I went over to the little, which is just behind, usually at your Goodwill Clearance, it's just a little bit, couple rows over, is the glassware. I said, let me go check out the glassware. Well, I found a nice little mint for the glassware. So I bought only 2 things of clothing, because they didn't have crap there, but I bought quite a bit of glassware that I could sell for a nice little profit. So that day it wasn't a waste, because you know why? I went deep. I went deep with knowledge. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys really quick what I got. Okay, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4. These are Barclay China. They're like little shallow bowls. So they're like a little plate bowl. I don't know what the hell you call these. Maybe they're salad bowls. I don't know. But anyway, this is the pattern. You guys can see that. Okay. And make sure, and this is what the girl told me, I will put her name below. Just take your fingers around the edges, and that's how you can check for chips and stuff. Okay. Some people may still buy it with the chips, but you need to put that in your listing if they have chips. I have one that has chips. So anyway, I don't know if I'm going to sell these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I'm going to sell them as a lot of 4 or if I'm going to sell them individually, because what happens a lot of times is people break 1 or 2 of these pieces, and it's a grandmother's set or an aunt's, and they want to replace that one piece. So I'm probably going to try selling them per piece first. And if it doesn't sell like that, or it doesn't seem like that's the way I should go, I'll go ahead and do the whole set of 4. I can do $10 a piece on these. So, and this is the other thing. All the glassware at my bins is $3 for $1. So what did I spend? A little over 30 cents per one. And I can sell this one bowl, this fine bone china, for $10 when I looked it up on eBay. Yeah, that's what they're going for. So I think I'm going to sell them individually, $10 a piece. So 10, 20, 40 bucks. And I spent $1.30, I think, something like that. That's crazy. Okay, next thing. This is a egg platter. Okay, so this is nice. I looked this up. And this is the other thing I want to tell you, and I meant to bring it over here with me, so but you guys know what it is. Get yourself a magnifying glass and keep it in your little stash when you go looking, especially when you go looking for this type of ware, because on glass, it's hard to see who the maker is. And a lot of times you need a magnifying glass to see it, especially on glass. And on this one, there was no maker. But I knew that this, I looked at this and I said, you know what, I think this is the thing where, like, you used to put this on the table and do like deviled eggs on it. So I said an egg platter and it came up. And I think I can sell this between $10 and $14. I think 14 is what I can sell this one for. Okay. All right. Next. Okay, this is just a little sugar bowl, and the brand is Hira, H-I-R-A, Fine China. Okay, this is all it is. It's a little sugar bowl. I don't have the lid, but somebody doesn't have the sugar bowl, and they have the lid. And people keep this kind of stuff hoping they can someday find the other piece because it's their grandmother's set or their aunt's set or whoever, or their own set that they need. So somebody is out there who needs the sugar bowl. Right? Because they got the top, because they broke the sugar bowl. Okay? So, and I think I can do, I think it was like $14 on this piece too. And all of this was plus shipping. Unlike clothes, a lot of times people love to see free shipping. On this kind of stuff, people don't expect to not pay shipping. They expect to pay some shipping. So that's kind of cool. I was noticing when I was looking at listings. Okay, this is a pineapple. If you guys look at this, this is that design of the glass. It looks see how it looks like a pineapple? They're pineapple vases. Singularly, they're not worth too much, but you get a collection of like 4 or 5 of these, you can sell them for like 25, 30 bucks. So I'm going to wait till I get a collection of these, like 4 or 5 of them, and then put them up for $30, $35, something like that. Okay, these cups right here, I got 2 of them. Again, I'll probably sell them singularly, so that, you know, probably somebody has broken one and wants to, you know, this goes in a set. It's called Christopher Stewart, okay? And I think these were going for maybe $8 to $10 a piece, plus shipping. So that's awesome. The other thing I got is I kept hearing about vintage patterns. So I was bored. I was waiting for my husband because I was already done a lot earlier than I thought because, you know, there wasn't any clothes and there was only so much fine bone china and glass. So I just went over to the hard goods section and started looking in there and see what I could find. And I found a Vogue basic dress pattern. Look how cool this is. It's 2256. And I think I could sell this somewhere between, I think I could sell this up to $45. I got to get this listed. Yeah. Because what happened okay, how did this work? One sold for like around $15 or $20 online. And then there was no more of these. And then another one was for sale for $45. So I'm going to put up for $45 best offer. If I get 20 bucks, I get 15. Who cares? I mean, I only spent 30 cents. What did I spend on this? I mean, I probably spent 30 cents on this, 50 cents. Who knows? It's light as hell. So that return could be insane. You spend about 50 cents, 30 cents, and maybe you could get something like 40 bucks. Because what happens is designers look for these old patterns. And they use them as a base to recreate stuff for today. So they're always looking for these old patterns, especially an old Vogue. So a pattern that cost like $2 a long time ago could be worth like $40. So I believe that's how that story went. A couple more things. Quick. This is a pair of corduroys, and this is what I found in the hard goods when I found the pattern. When I couldn't find any good clothes over in the clothing bins. What the hell? Okay, this is an Eddie Bauer set of curvy trouser corduroy pants. They're women's. Yeah. Okay. I can't get them all the way up, but here you go. And then I'll just kind of go up like this. Okay. They almost look like they never were worn. So, I can get, did I write it down? I just looked this up and I didn't put it down. Hopefully I can remember what I just looked up. I think I can get around $25 for these. I was shocked. 25 or 30. Eddie Bauer. It's really good for the jeans too. So write that down, you guys. Okay. Last thing that I got from there was, this is that whole thing. I'm having that giveaway selling on style, not just brand. Okay, check this out, you guys. I don't even think this came up. It's called Cotton Connection. It's 100% linen. Check it out. Found this. Is the only thing I found in those bins. Okay? It needs a good, like, rolling. But anyway, it's 100% linen. Now, in my title, like I always talk about, selling it on style and not brand. It's a good style. It's a button-up blouse, but it's 100% linen. You guys, that's another good selling point. So, I don't even know if I'm not even going to put the brand in the title. I'm going to talk about the style. It's 100% linen black blouse. Okay? And that's probably all I'll put in there. Because people who are looking for linen, they might not care about the damn brand, but they want 100% linen because they like linen. So that's what I'll put in there for this. I did pay $1.20 for this because I wasn't able to pay just $1 because I didn't get it even 20 pounds like I usually do. So anyway. So that is it, you guys. That is why I was talking about, I believe, in eBay death piles and going deep. Okay? So I hope you guys all got some good tips from kind of a little mistake I've been making, even though I keep saying make sure you have eBay death piles. I did make sure that I keep extending my knowledge on different avenues of things to sell in case whatever I'm doing dries up. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give my video a thumbs up, that'd be great. If you can share my channel with somebody else, that would even be more awesome. Come visit me on Instagram. On Instagram, I'm My Fairy Treasures. All this information will be below. And on Snapchat, if you don't have a Snapchat, get a Snapchat. You guys, it's the future. It's like YouTube. You can make really quick videos, post them really quick, but you can make a little bit longer videos than you can do on Instagram. I believe that's how it works. So anyway, come join me on that, on Snapchat. And Snapchat, I'm Angie Bell. Okay, you guys, that is it. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!